Hi, my name is Valerie Zammarelli, and the date today is March 29th. So for today, I decided to look further into Addison's disease. And Addison's disease, the adrenal cortex, which the adrenal cortex is part of the adrenal gland, which sits on top of the kidney. And in the case of Addison's disease, the adrenal cortex is functioning below its usual level. This can lead to weakness, fatigue, loss of electrolytes, low blood pressure, hypoglycemia, hyperpigmentation of the skin, amongst other symptoms. Addison's disease is also known as an autoimmune disease, and this is where the immune system of the body is attacking itself. And in this case, the immune system is attacking the adrenal cortex. Within the adrenal gland, the adrenal cortex is responsible for producing mineralocorticoids like aldosterone, glucocorticoids like cortisol, and sex hormones like androgen and estrogen. So in the case of Addison's disease, there is too little cortisol and too little aldosterone. So we have the word hypocortisolism. Hypo means under, below, deficient. And ism is in reference to, and in this case, it's in reference to cortisol. So hypocortisolism just means the body is deficient in cortisol. The role of cortisol is to manage stress, manage metabolism of glucose, and reduce inflammation. And in the symptoms of Addison's disease, we do see hypoglycemia and weakness, and both of these are most likely caused from the deficiency in cortisol. We also have the term hypoaldosteronism, which again, hypo also means deficient. Ism is in reference to, and we are referring to aldosterone. So hypoaldosteronism means a deficiency in aldosterone. The role of aldosterone is it manages blood pressure. And in the symptoms of Addison's disease, we do see low blood pressure and fatigue. And this is most likely both because the deficiency in aldosterone that the adrenal cortex is releasing. Next, we have the different ways to diagnose Addison's disease. So we have a blood test, and a blood test can either measure the antibodies related to Addison's disease, or it can measure the amount of ACTH, which is also known as adrenal corticotropic hormone. There's also a CT scan to check the size of the adrenal gland. Usually in Addison's disease, the adrenal gland is smaller than it should be. And there's also an ACTH stimulation test. Again, ACTH is known as the adrenocorticotropic hormone. And in this test, the amount of cortisol in the patient is measured before and after the test administers ACTH to the patient. The treatments for Addison's disease includes taking steroids, and these are usually taken for the remainder of the patient's life, and it is a medication to replace the hormones that are underproduced in the body. Thank you.